We're extremely fortunate to have a partnership with the National Institute for School Leadership. I met with the national folks less than 2 years ago, and I was so impressed. And some of my colleagues as chief state school officers had hooked me up with the national leaders, and they were very high on it. In fact, Minnesota had all their principals trained, Massachusetts all their principals trained, and it was in Pennsylvania and starting to grow. But NISL will only come into a state if the chief state school officer embraces the program, co-endorses the program. So this is a state, I consider this a state-sponsored program, but obviously we didn't have the capacity within the Department of Education to administer the program, nor did I want us to own the program. So we met with Randy Barrick of the Virginia Foundation for Educational Leadership, and he brought some principals in. We brought the national folks down, and they were all very high on this program, and so it really evolved out of that conversation. And of course, because if you use all of the nationally certified trainers from NISL, if NISL actually sends trainers, the cost is pretty high, but I think it's still well worth the cost for the training they're getting. But what we did was set up a program. So we had, in addition, in the first cohort, we had principals being trained to go back into their buildings, but we also had trainers trained to be national trainers. You have to have the national certification in order to deliver the program. So we had, I think, 9 or 10 well-seasoned educators who agreed to be part of this, who did the extra step of becoming a trainer. And quite honestly, the national office was so high on our group, they certified them early. And so now we have 10 certified trainers of our own who can train in Virginia, and they can also go outside of Virginia. I don't want them doing that, but they can also now go outside of Virginia and internationally to train on this program. My vision for this program was really to grow it so that it's the premier executive development program for principals in the Commonwealth, and that any principal who desires to go through this program could receive some support. And so that's what I've talked to VFL about.